audio is good. That way streams are actually enjoyable. So this is ASTRONEER, a early access game right now on Steam. I've played maybe 4 hours or so. Still trying to understand the objectives and the control layout a bit. Objectives I've found is to kind of survive and build a base, and that's kind of the fun of the game, is the exploration aspect. So I will tell you, I am absolutely in love with the art style and the music in this game. I spent my first playthrough was maybe an hour or two, and the capabilities that the developers have provided you is fantastic, I think. So you know, if I bring out my, I think it's the terrain altering tool right here, so I can shape the terrain and I can go to the center of the planet if I wanted to, right? I'm not going to do that, but in some of my other playthroughs I've built some extreme paths into the center of our the planets that you arrive on, so which is very interesting, I think. You also see this tether, right? I'm tethered to my my shuttle. If I find some compound, I'd like to just show you that real quick. You can create tethers until so you go out and mine specific or gather specific materials. It'll be you'll see it. This is your backpack. You have 8 slots, and this is kind of the so if I were to find compound, I could create a solar panel. Lithium gives you a battery, a little bit more power, so this yellow piece is your power, and blue bar here is your oxygen, which will deplete once I'm here. So the bar starts going down once I'm untethered. Tethered, your oxygen. Your power still will go down when you're using your terrain tool. If you get a solar panel and put it on one of the components that you're tethered to, you also get power through your tether as well, and you'll notice little yellow squares going through the tether line to show that you have both oxygen and power. So let me see if I can find some compound real quick. Also, throughout the world, you have little deposits of specific things. So this is power, right? And I don't know if you can see them around the area here. So there's a deposit of power over here. A very similar looking one will have oxygen. So you get warnings as well when your oxygen's at 50%, 25% and low. I'll get one here in a second. Let's just see if I can find something before I have to go back and tether. Doesn't look like there is anything over here. Oh, we got some resin, so I'll show you what resin does. Let me just grab a couple before I go back. Oh, there's oxygen. Let me go down there real quick. I'll grab some oxygen. See, it's filling my tank back up, and then there'll be reserves. Put it in the back. Okay. Compound. I'd like to show you this real quick before I end this test. Sorry for the frame rate drop as well. Usually doesn't do that. But the game is still in early access. I think it's alpha right now, so oh, there's a compound over there. So what I'll do is I'll tether back to my ship and then head over there real quick. Also, I guess while there's a couple things here. I landed in a good spot, so usually, so the worlds are procedurally generated, and it's really interesting. Usually, you're around a spot. I think the developers have done a good job of giving you initial resources. However, there's one spot where I had landed on a floating island, and the only way for me to get down was to jump, and I would die every time. And there was no way for me to, so I had to just restart it, right? But that was the only procedurally generated start to a game that I had an issue with. So let's see. So this is an unknown. When you build your sites, you'll be building research areas where you can plug these in, and this will give you additional build options for your site, or it'll give you components. So I'll put that there, and I'll extend this out. So what this does here, you'll see resin required. I'll grab resin. Oh, sorry. Let me put it back here. This will extend out, and you'll see 2 resin spots, right? So if you put 2 here, I'm not going to do that right now, but if you put 2 here, then this will give you an option to then scroll through and decide if you want to build up what you want to build on this platform. So you could build like a machine bay where you, or a vehicle bay rather, where you can build vehicles. You can build a smelter to break down items that you bring in. So say you get iron ore, right? You can bring it here and smelt it down to actually get that iron ore. So I think when you're out in the wild, obviously you're gonna get the base form of it, and then you'll have to refine it to actually use it. So which is cool. So anyway, I'll just extend this back out. There you go. Also, this is good. There's weather, actually malicious weather, that sandstorms and things that throw these giant cube rocks at you, right? And if they hit you, then you die. So I usually, there's one already built here, but I usually, when I start the game, I build like a spot where I can come and hide and wait for the sandstorms to pass. You can also pick up plants here. These are organics, and they can fuel. If you build like generators or whatever, they could fuel that kind of stuff. So let me. Where was that compound? Over here. Let me just make sure that there's nothing on this. Sometimes the satellites and stuff they have. No, nothing. Oh, there's another one here. I'm not gonna grab it right now, but. And I could also go down in here if I wanted to. But I got oxygen, so that's good. So let me grab compound, and then I'll end this demo video. Sorry, where was the compound? I forget. Ah, shit. Where was the compound? Oh, over here. Okay. Let me just grab this real quick. Yeah, I'll fill it up. Alright, cool. Let me head back. Tethered. So what I'll do is I'm going to build some tethers, and then I'm going to build a solar panel. So once night ends, I'll put this. So you put the solar panel into, like I was talking about here, where you're tethered, then you're gonna get power and oxygen through here. So the tether piece. So say I wanted to just pick a spot here. So I added a tether. So I hit T on the keyboard, and then it brings up your tether. And you can build these tethers to then link back to wherever you need to get power and whatever. So it's a great component of this game. I think a great feature where it also, when you're in these caves, it gives you a link and an understanding of where you've been already and where you're, because it's easy to get turned around and lost in there. So these, and I won't go too far. So I'll make another set real quick just to get down in there. So I think it's daytime up there. Let's get down. So say I'm like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, and I want to go over here, right? So now you'll see the yellow spots. That's where that solar panel that's attached to my base is now giving me power, which is good. And if I added another solar panel, it would get. Oh, okay. So this is what I was talking about. So say I want to just go off the beaten path. There's another cave down here with, I don't know what that is, right? But let's just put another one here and see where. There is a bit. The game does glitch a little bit. The tethers also can go through matter, it would seem, but sometimes when you put your tether somewhere and remove the actual earth or the ground or matter around it, it'll stay suspended in air, which isn't really that big a deal. So let's steep. Let's see if we can get. Let's go to safety here. I almost died there. Alright, so this isn't bad. So I can hop down here. I'll put another tether down here. So see what I'm talking about? Now you can build yourself a ramp to get back up there if you want, right? I love this music, by the way. It's awesome. So let me see if I can do like a winding staircase back up here. I think so, right? Yeah, there we go. So then I'll kind of move this up. And so I did see, and I haven't figured it out yet. You can put earth back. Let's see if we can find that. Dig terrain. Latin. Oh, Alt, add. Alt, add. Okay. Alt. Oh, no way. That's cool. Okay. That's going to make my play a lot better. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Alright, yeah, no, I didn't know how to do that before. That's great. So yeah, so you see now, like, I figured out where I'm going. And I'll see what I'm talking about. This guy can move right here. And then we can safely get up and down, essentially, right? Which is awesome. Come back up here. Up and top, doobity. You're good to go. So yeah, let's just I'll mess around down here real quick and then end this video. Alright, that's all I have for tethers. I do have another compound, so let's do that. So you can also get... Oh! I did not mean to do that. Uh-oh. Well, I'm lucky I almost died. So what I was trying to point out here is these are now relics. That you can bring back up to the surface and try to understand what they are. You'll see, I can't manipulate them. There's two notches or feet underneath, and I'm trying to point at the screen, but underneath you'll see the two 2 notches. When you have your vehicle, those will fit securely on 2 notches, so you can transport them fairly easily. So what I was trying to find real quick, and usually it's down deep in these caves. You'll find coal, aluminum, or things to build. This is weird too. I don't know what this is. It's like a ball. It's weird. Alright, so that's the end for me for tethers. Let me see if I can just run around real quick. Fine. Oh, there we go. So this stuff I believe is aluminum. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So laterite is the aluminum stuff. So you get it as laterite, and then you bring it back to then smelt it down to aluminum. So let me see if I can remember where I was. There's some more over there. Yep, there we go. Cool. Okay, so that's the end of this test video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be adding more to my page as I start to build it out. Appreciate it.